This is Sophie's house project. It's a house that's accessible, completely accessible for our daughter who is SMA type 2.
This project started with basically a renovation plan for the original home that was here. It was my mother and father's home.
This place, this land, 4 Durham Street is just a magical, amazing place, and it comes with such great energy.
We started with a plan to renovate the old home, but when that plan got to be probably in the several hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it wasn't going to be a complete accommodation of what we need, we couldn't achieve the dream. Sophie's needs grew. We decided we would need to renovate.
We were presented with the opportunity to help the Blair family build the house for this girl. And I didn't know anything about it, but I was totally on board.
This dream that's just come to life, and the people in the community that have really come together to make this happen and to see their excitement.
Honestly, I feel amazing about it. We work with an incredible group of individuals.
I'm so excited with how much this girl's gonna get to live her life. She's gonna get to experience her own home.
Well, I'm a plumbing contractor, and through different connections, I knew some people that were helping out with this house, and they asked me if it was something I'd be interested in, and there was no question that the first time I ever heard about it, I wanted every part of it I could possibly be in it, yeah.
Every single one of them said, absolutely.
Many of these tradespeople and people working that have been associated with this house, they have people with special needs in their life. The kindness that came through on all levels it's remarkable, and it's still ongoing.
Sophie's our very fun 11-year-old preteen daughter with a funny sense of humor and an attitude at times.
Sophie really likes cats and all animals, and she just recently got 2 hamsters that she's in love with.
Sophie came into this world and she was an absolute blessing from the day she was born.
She's just a normal 11-year-old. She can be moody, she can be funny, she can be friendly, she can be sad, she can be happy, but no different than any other kid.
The very first day she came home from the hospital, this was her very first stop, was 4 Durham Street, so that she could meet her great-grandfather, Don Blair, who she's named after. It's impacted me in a way where I know that this isn't just great for Sophie, but this is so good for her parents too. And her little sister, of course, because we can't forget about Holly.
This was a dream. I didn't ever expect to see this where we are today.
Everyone's been extremely helpful.
Yeah, the outpouring of the community and the neighbors and everybody coming together has been really nice.
Sometimes we don't see how our actions or what we do at work, or even a friendly smile outside at a stranger, we don't know how that impacts someone. And my hope is that this will have a meaningful impact for the Blair family, and for Sophie specifically.
From the people digging the hole, to the framers, to the roofers, to HVAC, everybody that's been here so far has certainly, I think, given us their best in a challenging situation.
It's neat to see all these guys that I've met over the last 2 years be like, hey, let me step in and do something for you guys too. I want to be part of this.
I just think it's absolutely incredible. And like I said, in every single detail has been thought out, which is just incredible and not something you see very often in accessible spaces.
The elevator honestly has been something I'm very excited to see come together and see how it functions at the end of the day, because I understand how precise those can be.
More homes should be built like this.
I think starting from the ground up in a project like this, it's the whole basis of it. This isn't, some of these families have a home that they already have and you're going in and making these changes. Whereas this is a house truly from the base work up, is thought of Sophie through and through.
This girl will be able to be empowered in that house to do things by herself and have that, wow, I can do this.
Their lives are going to be more accessible to Sophie specifically. She's going to be able to travel across the entire house, both upstairs and downstairs. It's a that's a pretty cool thing, I think.
So she can gain independence or access, or, you know, not having to ask for something, just so that confidence, it's priceless to build that confidence.
What I find so fascinating is that out of all of the accessible houses I've seen and the things that I've seen, I haven't quite actually seen a house like this.
So I think Sophie's house is really interesting, and I think it will be really perfect for her.
We're just so excited for Sophie and the family to move into this beautiful home.
When the house is ready, she'll be ready.
It's a relief, especially with having the accessibility and help for having the lift and transfer and having a complete accessible bathroom has been a real weight off our shoulders, and it's been nice to know that everybody's coming together for Sophie to make sure that she's safe and happy and healthy.
How can you not want to be involved in something like this when it impacts so many people in a different way? It's not just about construction, it's about the family, the community.
It's impacted me in the sense of if there's everybody wants to, well, I think for the most part, leave something behind, right? Like to an extent, be that for their kids or, you know, for their relatives or whatever. I just want to do something, and I'm holding back my emotions right now. That's how strongly I feel about it.
Seeing people really get involved in this and actually really care gives me a lot of hope for the future.
This dream that's just come to life, and the people in the community that have really come together to make this happen and to see their excitement about this.
So I think this house is going to spawn the future on its own. As long as we're willing to let it happen, I think it may just evolve.
We're kicking ass.
Stop rolling while we got the
No.